a way to phrase this is for the entrepreneurs and business folks in the audience, what should they be asking their investors to do? And, for your peers in the business, advice for them on what they can bring besides the check and the votes.
Yeah. Entrepreneurs should absolutely be asking that, and they could do it in the interrogatory fashion that Tien did it with me up front, or in kind of through heavy referencing. And I think looking at when you have an investor, you're signing up.
You had all your CEOs call me.
Well, I did. But you also can call those CEOs and talk to them and understand what that individual board member is going to bring, what that investor is going to bring. Different people bring different sets of skills to the table. Our perspective at Shasta is one. It's not the only one, but it's a very entrepreneur-friendly, entrepreneur-centric approach, which doesn't mean we won't challenge you, but it means we're not going to be jerks about it. We try very hard to be respectful. And then what are the other things we bring? We try to bring, and what I think you should look for as an early stage entrepreneur is someone who can bring strategic thought partnerships. So when you're facing really big challenges, is this person going to be able to really help me think through strategically how to face that challenge and what are the different options? There oftentimes are multiple right answers to a question, but you have to pick one and execute against it. You can't execute against you have to pick one answer. So someone who can help you think through those things, someone who can help recruit, someone who can help with financing, help make introductions and help think about the financing strategy, and someone who can help you think through scaling a company through multiple stages, particularly because when you take on a board member, you're typically taking that person on for a very long time. I've been on Tien's board for over a decade, since the company had a small handful of customers and now is approaching 300 million. No forward-looking statements. And so I think those are the types of things that you should look for. And Tien probably should answer that question too, because he's picked a lot of board members.
Well, I do tell people, and it's true, it's sincere, I've been really lucky to be able to pick board members and have a really good board and a working relationship. But I'll give you a contrasting example. I had an entrepreneur at earlier stage reach out and struggling with something. It's like, okay, let's grab coffee. And he's spent 15 minutes griping about his board member. And I'm listening, and, the board member doesn't really understand. He's making all these, recommendations without really the nuances of what we do and so on and so forth. And I was like, okay, you got to take a different direction, right? Your board member is in the foxhole, right, to use that old analogy, with you. And you got to stop judging or looking down on this person. I want you to go have dinner with the board member and just hear out his frustrations with you and air out your frustrations with them. Because I'm sure he's got a whole similar talk track about his frustrations with you going on right now, all right? And he did that, and now they're in a really good place. But it was trending in the wrong direction, and I see that, right? Every board member, hopefully you did a good job, but once the board member is in, they're in, and they want this thing to be a success as well. Right? So you have a common goal, which is to make this thing a success. How do you remain aligned in that common goal? It doesn't mean you agree with everything, but how do you remain aligned in terms of, okay, here's, I think, what the issues are, right? Here's what we want to get to as the next goal. And then the arguments or the discussions could be more around techniques, right? Or, and usually it's bringing in diverse ideas that get you at the best idea. But that alignment at a high level is really, really, really important.